And we are live. Hello and welcome back to the show. We are doing a special afternoon episode, which is why there is so much light coming in through that window. I am joined today with Totsie.
Hi.
We are building Totsie a new computer. Hers took a dive, or is really dying, right?
A really big dive.
A big dive. So she needs a new gaming computer. We are looking to build a Windows 10 gaming machine capable of gaming at 1080p. So nothing overly fancy, but we do want this thing to be able to perform. And if she wants to be able to do a stream or something like that, she needs to be able to do that. This thing needs to be capable of that, right?
Yep.
Okay, so without too much further ado, actually, we have to get Scully going. So, do you want to do the honors?
Oh, I get to light it too?
If you want.
Yeah. I'll play with fire.
We just got to make sure it's lit and it gets going good, and then sometimes it'll go out on its own and blow it out. There we go. Perfect. There we go. And Scully is there. We have set the mood, the ambiance for the stream. And we have now, if you can't see the halo above Totsie's head there, we have the overhead cam laying out all the stuff that we are getting ready to use here in her build. So the specs are in the description below, but we will go over that real quick. So we'll spin around here.
I love a spinny chair.
Of course, the brain of the unit is the venerable Ryzen 5 5600X. This is a couple generations old now. They are already up to the 9600 X3Ds.
Dang.
But this is still a very capable, very viable.
I was like, my brain's not braining.
It's a very viable processor still. So we're going to start setting some of this stuff aside. I'm going to hand that to you. You can set it not on top. Not on top of the box.
Okay.
That's going to be going into an Asus Tough Gaming B550 Plus Wi-Fi 2 motherboard. Nothing overly fancy. You don't need an X570. And this AM4 platform is still good. It will run Windows 10 for as long as Windows 10 is still viable as a gaming.
For a while.
For a while. If not, this thing is also capable of being upgraded to Windows 11 if you want to. You know what we forgot to do?
Buy it. Buy Windows.
Get our Windows product key. That's okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Exactly.
So this is Windows 11 capable. So she can upgrade to Windows 11 if she wants to, and this thing will still be viable. Now for 1080p. I'm looking up at the camera like you guys can see me, and you can't. You gotta get really in there for you guys to see me. For a graphics card, and this is not a plug for Asus or Corsair or any of these. It's just some brands that I kind of tend to go to. And they haven't let me down so far. I know there's been Asus has had its issues, Corsair's had its issues. But they haven't let me down yet. I've had some good luck. So for a graphics card, for doing 1080p, we want something modern that will be able to run the AAA games. I don't know, you haven't seen me play Space Marine 2.
No.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't play many. I play one game, but I play it hard.
You play it hard. And she wants to be able to render that Minecraft.
I want that shaders. I want to step into another world. Yes.
So 16 gigabytes on an RX 7600 XT on an Asus Dual. And I like this card. It's a smaller, compact card. You don't feel like the card is massively huge and needs a support in there to keep it up. So it'll game 1080p anything you throw at it. Beef Tunge has this in her computer and
Gilded.
and Gilded. No, Gilded has something different. He's got an older 6600.
Banana.
No.
Raspberry. Blood RAM.
Blood RAM. I'm not sure what
Blood
Blood RAM's running.
Okay.
Bananwi's not running right
I was like,
now.
I don't think Banana has a PC yet.
But yeah. And this thing is let's see what yeah, 16 gigabytes, RDNA 3, ray tracing, all that fun stuff. Set that aside. To power all of that, we're using the Corsair RM series. I've liked the RM series. It's 750e. It's all the power you need. All the power she'll need for that.
Don't have to hear my computer go.
Yeah, you can set that on the
box.
on the ground or something.
I was like, it's a little heavy. I don't want to squish anything. It just
depends on if we're going to start with the case or start with the motherboard. For RAM, we're using Corsair Vengeance LPX, 32 gigabytes, running at 3200 megahertz or 3.2 gigahertz, if you want to convert. You didn't know? I knew your metric, but I'm willing to convert. That's from Futurama. Anyway, letting the crazy out. Anyway, so 32 gigs, it's always upgradable at any point if she needs more, but 32 should be able to game and stream.
Yay.
And you can always upgrade to 64, or I think that motherboard will even handle 128, which might be a bit overkill. And of course, the Samsung 980 Pro NVMe drive, 2 terabytes, and this actually came out of the Monolith.
The Monolith?
Monolith sacrificed that for Totsie's computer. The only thing that was installed on it, I thought was Pandemonium until I went to go play Tomb Raider this morning on the live stream and realized it was installed on that drive as well.
Wait, so this says Pandemonium on it?
It didn't. Or did it? Oh. It's been wiped.
Oh.
Just in case we need some extension,
more
ports for fans to power all our fans, because we're running that.
So many fans. I love the color. It's going to be colorful.
We have the Thermalright TLC 12C-S, the TL series, a 120 millimeter fan, or RGB, and PWM. They run up to 1550 RPMs and have had no trouble with them. They are a good priced fan if you're looking for an RGB fan. All the other ones, if you're looking for an RGB fan, get really expensive. You'll pay as much as one fan as you will for a 3-pack of these Thermalrights. And I've never had, and they're quiet, and I've never had a problem with them not cooling like they should when you set up your fan curve properly.
You should really come over before my computer becomes a parts computer. You should come over and listen to it chug.
I should. And then of course we're going to be using the Wraith Prism, or not the Prism, but the Wraith cooler. The Prism is in the other computer, in the sleeper. We're going to be using the Wraith cooler that comes with the processor. It's the stock cooler that comes with the processor, and it does a plenty good job cooling that thing, even for the unlocked 5600X. But we are going to be changing out the thermal paste, the pre-applied thermal paste, to the Cryonaut from Thermal Grizzly.
That's a fun name.
Yes, and it's from DeBauer. DeBauer is approved.
DeBauer.
German. Ultra high performance thermal grease. Very thermally conductive and electrically insulative. And that's what we want. And non-curing. Stays liquid, doesn't dry out.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff. So we're going to be using that. So the question is, do you want to start with assembling getting the case prepped, or getting the motherboard prepped first?
Wait, maybe the motherboard. I want to start with the brain.
Okay, so let's start grabbing some of the stuff for the motherboard. We'll
Which one are the stuff for the
All right,
motherboard?
so we need the drive, the Samsung drive.
Mm-hmm.
And let's move these out. You can put those on top of the case.
Woo! Rotate.
Yep.
Rotate.
And that's for the case as well.
Scully smells good.
It's strawberry. Strawberry. You turned red like a strawberry. Okay, we'll need that. Yep.
I'm gonna
We'll
take a
need
guess.
that.
That's this. And then this.
Yep. The graphics card we do not need. Well, graphics card is one of the last things that gets installed. So, all right, let's now we can keep sitting or we can stand. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Oh no, not that, not that.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay. So, motherboard, processor. Let's get the motherboard out. Oh, you know what we do need? We need one other thing.
Scissors. Box cutter.
A razor knife, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. I can't wait to stream
Okay, now.
on my own channel.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be watching the back of us, but you get to see us from
my
overhead.
gosh. We could stream and we could do like Doom parties.
Mm-hmm. Once I get
Heck
once
yeah.
I get Xandronum installed on the monolith, we can have Doom server parties. Yeah, Doom
Woo!
LAN parties and server. So, the motherboard, brand new motherboard.
Does it got that brand new motherboard smell?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna set this off to the side. We'll get this out of the way. Because underneath, we want to make sure we grab
All the hardware.
hardware that we're gonna need. We aren't gonna use this.
Is that to
Right
tell
now?
you how to install it?
It's the installation drivers and stuff for the motherboard, which we can download from the website. And you're not going to have a
CD.
CD-ROM and optical drive anyway.
That's one of the things that on my current computer that's going.
Stickers. So if you want to put any of the stickers on your computer, and
Those
if you
are
want
kinda
any
cool.
badging, what we are looking for is the user manual. Oh, again, you get an unboxing as well too while you're at it. Woo. Look at all the amazing things you get by watching the Anarchimedes show. All right, we're going to set this off to the side. Motherboard. These are for the M.2 drive. That's one of the first things that's going to be installed. These are also for the M.2 drive.
The stickers really make this feel like adult Legos. Adult complicated Legos.
So might want to be thinking about if you want any of these on your case.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go ahead and we have the awesome anti-static mat, the grounded mat for building on. Just make sure you touch it first. I don't have us each grounded out, which is okay. I mean, it's not super critical. You want to be mindful of ESD when dealing with electronics, but most of the newer stuff is pretty, and we can even set it on top of the ESD bag.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, or we can just set it, because we have this, we can set it right down on.
Very cool, very shiny.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I really want to do like the tap on it, but I know that's a no-go.
So, first thing we're going to install, I think, is going to be the M.2 drive. You're going to look through here.
Mm-hmm.
Or the first thing that Totsie is going to install, because she's going to be doing a lot of this.
Mm-hmm. I want to know how my computer works.
It goes through all the specs, the layout,
Mm-hmm.
motherboard overview. We're going to be installing in the first slot, the M.2 slot, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is up here, right here. There's a heat sink on top of that. And we just want to make sure I'm gonna go through here real quick. It's always good to keep the manual handy, especially if you're using a board you've never used before. The M.2 installation. Okay, so you undo these screws, and this comes off. I'm gonna use this one.
Oh, is it oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to do that now?
Take that off. Now they might be captured screws. They might not come all the way out.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so take this one loose, and the whole thing may come out. And the screws might not come out of the top. You can set that off to the side, and that exposes our M.2 slot.
Oh.
Okay, and we are going into, if you can look at it, the 2280 is the size of our M.2.
So this one?
Yep.
That's 60.
So what we have to do is we have to install a standoff. So we take our razor knife and we just. That's not not a very sharp razor knife. Not a very sharp blade in that.
Okay.
And I might have to go and find a pair of little
tweezers,
or just something to get this. We're going to screw that into the
2280.
Yep. Now, I could probably finger tight this, being a technician and a mechanic and all the fabricator and all that other stuff. I can probably finger tight that in tight enough to stay put for a computer. And so that's what we're going to do. We're not going to get a little thing and make sure that's torqued down, because you can feel that and see if you can unscrew that.
Oh, no, I can't.
Yeah. Toot toot my own horn. So M.2, we're going to need that little, the M.2 slides into here and presses down. If you,
I'm going to need the razor blade.
No, it's already opened on one of the sides.
Oh, I see. I found it.
The 980 Pro. All right. So, very nice.
The little show and tell. How close do I need it?
Down a little bit.
Down.
Yeah. Close enough.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I take this out?
Now you know it's there. Let's see your little thumb spot to grab it by. You just don't want to get your fingerprints all over the terminals at the end.
So just touch it on the edges?
Yeah, but you don't want to get down here on where the connections are. Okay, so 980 Pro. Most likely going to go in this way, but you always want to be mindful of the key.
That little indent?
Yep. Because if you look in there, I
see it.
Okay. And this just it goes in at an angle and then just kind of sits down on top of that, like that. Okay.
So I want to get this into here?
Yep.
Okay. Does it just push into those, or is it on top?
Up on top, like that, right there.
Right there? Oh, okay.
Now push it. No, you're going to have to push it in. It's not in yet. Lift it up, and then it's going to push in at an angle.
Oh.
There you go. There you go.
It's scary. I don't want to break it.
No.
And then we screw this on top?
Yep, and you put that little screw in with the
screwdriver.
Yeah, and I'll hold it.
Are these
down.
magnetic?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be, we do things old school around here. Magnetic multi-tip screwdriver kits for building things. Yes, I would like one of those, but we don't need them to do what we do.
Screw in. Okay.
And there's your M.2 installed, but now we have to put the heat sink back on. But there's a little sticky.
On that side?
Yep, a thermal pad on that side. We need to take off the sticky adhesive
Just the blue thing, I don't need.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I had it. I wanted it on camera and I lost it. Oh!
It got on the motherboard.
Don't scare me like that. Did I put this on the right way?
Yeah.
Because I've noticed one is angled this way.
Yes, I think you did, because it matches this one down here.
Awesome. I don't feel like that is in the hole. Well, we'll screw it in and we'll find out.
Mm-hmm. I think you got it.
Oh, wait. Ready, Tony, lefty, loosey?
Yeah, you're going the right way. Clockwise to tighten, counterclockwise to loosen on a standard threaded bolt. Unless you have a left-handed threaded.
That one's in. No, this one's not in yet. Oh. I think right there. There we go. I think. Yep.
Okay, so that is... The drive is installed. We can get that box out of here.
Woo!
Get it out of here.
Down here. That was fun. Let's do another.
I'm just checking to make sure we didn't need these little pads. Don't believe we did. Oh. Yeah, okay. Take this back off.
Take what? This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dig a hole, fill it up, as my father used to always say.
Digging holes is fun, though. This is fun.
It's optional. We don't need this, but we're going to put it on.
Okay.
It even says, though, right there in the manual, optional. But don't say I never did things thoroughly.
Anything worth doing 100% is worth doing 110%.
Yes. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Yeah, you got it. Now it's going to be stuck a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, I think that's what I'm feeling.
So just kind of peel it up from the side like that, and we'll set it upside down that way.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and take that little...
All my hard work.
Yep. You're getting practice. Okay. Pull that out.
Okay.
You know what? It already had one there. It's showing that we can put this on there as an optional one if this isn't high enough.
I think it was high enough. You try it. Take the screw out.
Take that screw out. Okay. Take that screw out, and we'll lay it down, and then we feel it. Oh, that's not quite. I don't like that. I don't like how that much movement in there.
Box cutter time. I feel like that's pretty sharp.
That wasn't too bad.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one. Yeah. That's yeah. That's from a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can figure out what show that's from, more power to you. I'm not going to tell on my show what show that's from. Now we put the drive back in and see how.
It's right here.
Yes. I should have got the, oh, there's my garbages. Okay, so we can install the drive.
Mm-hmm. It's scary putting it in. Okay. What do you think?
One more.
One more?
We'll put the last one in.
One more for safety.
Yep.
It's right here.
Okay.
I got you.
Do you want it supported? so that it has good contact with the thermal pad on top for the heatsink so that it dissipates like it's supposed to. Okay.
And I think someone was asking which Doom for the Doom parties. That's the
Which
first
Doom? Classic Doom. Well, we could possibly, there's multiplayer, I believe, in.
I like the pixels though.
But yeah, we do classic Doom for the Doom LAN parties. All you need is a Doom wad, or know someone who can get you a Doom wad.
Oh no. You get to hear all my mutterings.
You get to have try your finger dexterity.
I'm just glad my nails aren't any longer.
Now I'm self-conscious of my nails. Thank you for that.
Your nails look better than mine.
All right, so now we can put
this back on.
The heat sink back on. And that's what that is. It's actually a heat sink to dissipate the heat that's generated on the SSD.
Okay, that's it. I'm laser focused. I feel like that's not on it how it was before.
It is.
Okay. Do a little bit at a time. Okay.
There. That is trash. I'll set that over here for now. Awesome. Now, I think we'll do the processor.
What's that? Or it's all
and
over
we'll
here.
do the processor, and then we'll do the RAM, and then we'll do the heatsink. Or we could do the RAM and then the processor. But I think it might be easier to do the processor without the RAM installed. So here we go. Opening up the processor. This is where the processor goes.
It's the thing with all the like little needle things.
It is the brain of the computer.
My brain in my current computer, the needles haven't.
Now that's your hard drive.
No, the little like silver square.
Oh, it got damaged?
Yeah.
That's not good. So we'll set aside our instructions. We have the box for the cooler. And here is your processor. It has little tiny pins on the back that you want to be very careful of. If you bend those pins, we have problems.
I may let you handle the little pins.
So we're going to turn the motherboard around this way. It goes into this socket. You raise this lever up, you sit it down in there, and then you lower the lever back down and lock it into place. And that's how easy it is to install the
Seems nerve-wracking with the little pins.
The only thing you have to be careful of when installing the CPU is making sure the orientation is the correct direction. So look over the instructions on how to orient the CPU.
Okay.
And see if you can figure it out.
So there's a corner with a marking on it. That little silver arrow needs to go.
Let's go ahead and open up the case here.
Needs to go over here.
See, so you have, here's your sticker, your case badge for your Ryzen 5. We'll set that over there with that one. Open this up. Now, there should be the arrow. You want to handle it from the edges. So you see the little arrow, and there and it matches up with.
It's kitty corner from this, so it needs to come over here. Right.
All right, and you'll notice if you look at the socket really closely, there's a little arrow on there.
Oh.
Where there isn't one on the other sides.
Oh, okay.
There's a little tiny arrow.
Okay.
Okay, so raise up the arm on the socket.
Okay.
And you're just going to handle it by its edges. Do you want to do it?
I want to, but I'm scared. I'm going to let you do it. It's a lot of little needles.
Yeah. helps to have a little bit of light. Where I'm gonna rotate this up so I can see a little bit what's going on. You just want to be very gentle with it, and it just sits right down into place, just like that.
Nice.
With it in down, just make sure it's seated while you bring the lever down, the arm down, and lock it into place.
Woo!
Processor's installed. Next, we have the RAM. If you turn to the next page, you notice there are 4 slots for RAM.
The A1, A2, B1, B2.
So I opened up all the slots. And we're only using 2 sticks. We're using a 2-stick kit. So we have to look and see which slots you install a 2-sticks kit into.
That is A2 and B2. So.
Which are?
The light ones.
The gray ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, pull out the RAM.
Shiny. Okay.
And I asked Totsie if she wanted RGB or what she wanted. She said she wanted a black build.
I want a black build.
So we did just a little bit of RGB. Now, each stick, you'll notice, has a slot in it, and it's offset to one side. And you can see it offset on this side, on these as well.
Okay.
So you want to be, when you put them in.
I'm going to put them in right.
Right. I will put one in,
okay.
and I will show you, and then I will let you put the other one in.
Okay.
See, this way does not line up. So we got to go in this way. We're going into the light gray slots. This side opens, this side doesn't. It just stays stationary.
Okay.
You slide them down, and there's a little bit of resistance, and you push it till it snaps into place.
That resistance would scare me if I was building like a computer on my own for the first time. I'd be like, did I break it? Okay.
And you get where you're positioned good, where if you feel you're out of position where you are.
Yeah. Let me see.
In fact, I am going to move my chair out of the way.
Okay, making sure.
And just check our chat here.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, sorry if I hit your chair.
Oh no, I'm just sliding the chair out of the way. We are getting it out of the build area. We're trying to.
Oh.
And find out why the dogs are barking.
I don't like that resistance.
You snap into place?
Not yet. Okay. You just have to be really hard with it.
Yep.
That's scary. Okay.
All right, so we have the RAM installed.
I like waving.
We have RAM installed. We have the CPU installed. RAM, CPU. We have the drive. We need to put. We're going to put the cooler on.
The thermal piece.
Yes. Going to do that before we put this, and then this will be basically ready to install into the case, and then we have to start getting the case prepped.
Okay.
So your
fan,
go ahead and open that up. Your CPU cooler, the capable Wraith cooler from AMD. Oh, what is that? We have pieces falling out of
the plastic.
The plastic has gone to pieces.
On the bottom. Luckily not on the top.
Okay.
Spooks me for a little bit. I don't know if that was the best way to get it up. I didn't.
No, that actually is, because.
Woo! Don't touch that.
That's thermal paste. And we could just go ahead and use that. But I did talk about using the cryonaut.
Yeah, the thermal grizzly.
The thermal grizzly cryonaut, yeah. Now the other thing we have to do is this. We have installation instructions because
in all the languages.
we remove the stock brackets, and this thing just bolts straight down.
Onto these?
Right, where those go.
Oh, so we have to remove those.
We remove those.
From the motherboard.
We remove them from the motherboard. There's a backing plate, which is what those are screwed into.
Okay.
Right here.
Do we need to keep
this
that
has to
backing
stay
plate?
in here.
Okay.
This is going to be just a bit
tricky.
Just a bit tricky. The easiest thing to do is to keep it laying on the mat
and
on
then
the pad.
Don't move it.
Don't move it. Take them off.
Put
set
that
it down.
on and
So that means we need to get this prepped, and we need to get this prepped. We have to clean the thermal paste off of here and get the thermal paste onto here.
There's a little speck. I want that. I don't like, but I won't.
All right. So cleaning thermal paste off.
The isopropyl.
The isopropyl alcohol. We have a little bit of wipes. We're gonna try it. We're gonna just get a little isopropyl now. Oh, and this is only 70%. Oh well. We do work with what we got. I like, at work, I use 100% IPA, which is really nice.
Do they sell that in the store?
No. Oh. Is it going to come off? Come on. Come on.
Oh, the dogs are loud. More isopropyl.
We're making a mess. And that's the thing about thermal paste, is it'll make a mess. I'm trying to keep it out of the fins, and I'm not doing a very good job. Worst case scenario, if we really had to, I have another cooler for the Windows 7 build. Sitting on the floor over there. That if something happened and the Wraith got messed up, we could always throw that other cooler on there.
It's a computer parts graveyard morgue. Second life.
Oh, not even a second life. And I have a second. I have another one of these Wraith coolers, brand new, that hasn't been used.
It looks like it's almost all off. Or maybe this corner.
Now, I don't know what would happen if we mixed the thermal pastes.
I don't want to find out.
I'm trying. Let's make sure just a little more alcohol.
Do you want a clean pad?
Yeah, I'm grabbing one of those little pads right there.
Oh.
Now I wonder if I'm just getting aluminum.
Do you want to like try to do a dry way?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think that's pretty clean. So, and of course, this is my first time using the Thermal Grizzly.
Yeah.
Cryonaut. So we'll see how I do. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to get out before we started. I still can.
What?
The spatula. The spatula boy.
The thermal paste spatula?
Well, yes. First, because they're a lot way back when they used to have it start putting thermal paste on and heat sinks on processors. Back in the days of the Pentium 4 and the Windows XP and the Windows 98. It used to be you just put a dot like the size of a grain of rice, size of a small pea, and it would spread out when you put the thing on there and cover it. Now, then it's, you know, coming pre-applied all the way across. There used to be, some people do an X, some people will do a row of dots.
They make it pretty.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways. Now the most commonly accepted method for frosting is really frosting it like you do a cake.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't want to go on there.
They look like they're supposed to screw in. Or are they supposed to screw in?
They're supposed to screw in, but they're really tight. Now it's frosting it like a cake.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what these little tips are supposed to be used for.
Nice.
And that, but they also, a lot of the companies send it with a spatula that you can use for frosting the cake. So we're gonna do our best, and having never done this before like this,
That's some good frosting.
I think might be going a little too thick. And the thing is, this stuff will spread. You put so much pressure on these things when you lock them down, when you lock down the heat sink on top of the IHS, the integrated heat sink, is what the metal cover on top of the CPU is called.
This thing?
No, on top of the CPU. The thing I'm frosting right now, the metal on it. There's a die underneath that. An integrated circuit, an IC chip, or a set of them. Now, of course, what's going
like some very good frosting.
What's going to happen now? I should have
grabbed a little pad.
Grab a pad to set this on to clean that off with.
You could if you wanted to use one of these.
Yeah. What's going to happen is that's all going to squish down when we start tightening things down and squeeze out the edge, and it's going to make a mess, but it's all thermally electrically insulative. It's not going to short anything out, cause any problems. It's going to make a mess if we ever go back in and clean that up.
Okay.
Or change out the processor, or want to change the heat sink, which you may want to. You might want to go to something fancy like a tower heat sink.
Is that what you have in the monolith?
What I have is an AIO water cooler.
Oh, you have water in that.
And that's what we put in Lawson's.
Oh.
Now, just to make sure, go back through. Where did I put the instructions for the cooler? Make sure we're not leaving out any steps.
Okay. Okay.
We'll bring my chair back over.
I know. I was like, I like sitting down.
From the mightiest king to the lowliest peasant, everyone enjoys a good sit. Dripped a little bit down the side of the processor there. Oh well. Well, that's what I said. It'll make a mess.
Okay, wait. This one is saying.
We take off the things.
I think it's putting them together.
If it clamps on, this one doesn't clamp. It doesn't have the clamps. So this one is this one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, take it off, put it down, plug the fan, LED.
Yeah. And that's a different one because they're putting it on. Okay. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Do you want the AMD going that way? Or you want it going this way? Usually, I think we usually go this way if it'll clear the
gaps.
The VRAM and not the VRAM, but the heat sinks over here.
Will those screws go all the way down and go into the base plate?
Yeah, they will.
Oh, I was like, they look kind of big.
I thought it was. Am I not engaged? Yeah, can you turn your flashlight on your phone?
Yeah.
I'm just not giving it enough authority.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah, you're in now.
Oh man.
Just a little bit of pressure.
All right, I'm gonna spin it around and have a look at this side. Make sure we're. I think this side's in. And this back one. Get the light down here, please. Thank you. And we're not over tightening them. We're just tightening them down till we feel them bottom out, and they just stop. And we let the spring tension be the tension. And the processor is installed. That makes a bit of a difference where you mount this. The CPU fan goes. This is a case fan. That is AIO pump.
Do we need to turn it?
Case fan, CPU fan is up here.
Yes.
And we just put them on like that. You know, we can leave this. We can leave that curled like that, or we can. Let's show you the different arms. We have it curled like that, or we can bring it around like this.
I like the curl.
Bring it around like that. That might be better. We don't want it going up because there's going to be fans up here.
Yeah.
You don't want it interfering with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Gilded had that issue with a wire hitting one of the fans, and then it would stop the fan, and then you'd start having heat issues, thing not cooling properly. Anyway, okay, so this is ready.
Woohoo! That's it for the motherboard?
For the motherboard. Let's clean this stuff up. Make room, because we're going to need to get the case up here.
Mm-hmm. Do we need these?
No, those can go into, yeah.
Is it like in this box?
No, not in that box. Okay. Just let's push this stuff up here for now. I'll put them in the motherboard box with the old motherboard, extra motherboard stuff. Or I usually keep this stuff in stuff that came from the motherboard. Okay. Let's clean up.
Thermal paste?
The thermal paste is...
Do you want to put it back in the bag?
That can go back in the bag, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to need to clean up. I'm going to have to clean up the syringe. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to do that now. Let's set this off to the side there, and we'll take the box. I'll get that out of the way. The garbage is back behind the...
Oh, I see it. It's hiding.
All right.
I'll put it over here?
Yep.
Okay. Is it? I'm going to slide it. It's heavy. I should pick it up like that.
Yeah, I should pick it up.
Okay. It hovered over.
Okay. Now, for the case, now we'll get the...
This is the standing part?
This is probably where we're going to do a little more standing.
Ooh. Oh, my knees.
And move this stuff off.
You got it?
Yep.
Big box.
Now, let's see if I can make sure we're going the right way. We have it upside down.
Woo!
We want to turn it over.
Okay, you got it. Don't squash the motherboard. Okay.
Okay. We have the styrofoam. Make sure the cardboard is not in the way.
Just slide it.
I'll try this. There, you turn it.
Turn it which way?
Let's do this on the floor here.
Yeah. If you grab it, I'll pull it back.
Okay. We have, woo, look at that. The top of the case here. Pick it
And then
up a little
grab.
bit. Pull that bottom out. The 3500X, for those who aren't familiar with it, the Corsair 4000D Airflow is a very popular case. That's what we built Lawson's in. But this is the 3500X. It's not a flow through. It's got the twin glass panel panoramic. It's got the twin glass panel panoramic front and side with a side inlet intake for the fans. This thing will take up to 10 fans. We have 10 fans for it. We're going to deck this thing out, make sure it cools plenty well. But first we're going to strip off the panels. We're not peeling them until they're done.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're just going to set we need to set these
on the chair. Maybe.
Well, somewhere they're not, probably over on one of those chairs. If you'll set that over there.
The stools or the?
No, on either one of those two.
Okay. Do it on this one.
The glass panels, the tempered glass panels, just pop off.
Okay.
And this one. We have our box of hardware. We also want to get the back panel off. And that should just pop off as well.
Yeah.
And that we can just set off to the side somewhere where.
Here then?
Yeah, that one I'm not worried if it falls down, it's going to break. So, okay, here, Totsie. We have, these are all our connections that go to the motherboard. They're zipped, they are wire tied in, but we are probably be taking some of these out. Or we'll see.
The motherboard just fits right back here.
No, it fits in the front.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is just small space.
But first thing, before we start putting the motherboard in, we need to start installing the fans.
Okay. Fans.
So, we'll do the first set of fans, first three. Take the first box. I'll set these other ones over here. These fans are we're gonna do the side intake fans first.
Okay. Get it more centered.
Yeah, just turned a little bit so that we're
not squishing the Legos.
Yeah, so that's supported a little bit more right there. Okay. Fans have a direction. These are our screws for attaching them. We're going to leave each of them bundled, the wires on them bundled while we do what we do.
Yep.
Most fans, if you get confused, will have a direction. A lot of times they'll have the direction on them. These do not.
It's a guessing game.
You just have to know which direction fans usually flow. They generally flow. This is the exhaust and this is the intake side.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're putting in intake fans, you want them sucking
air in
that way, blowing air that way, sucking and blowing that way. And when you're unless you have a reverse fan, this is how they're going to function.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm confused, I just take a look at my computer. I'm like, okay, yeah, see the exhaust fan on the back.
Yeah.
The open side, the ungraded side,
mm-hmm.
is pulling air. The graded side is pushing air.
Okay.
So when we put these in, unfortunately, a lot of people on these panoramic, because you see these fans,
mm-hmm.
they get reverse fans so that you can see this side of the fan, not this side of the fan.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're going to be going this way. We do not have reverse bladed fans, so it's just a matter of how do you want them oriented in there. Now, the most practical way would be with the wires coming through this side.
Let's do that.
Or we can have them come down and we can just tie them all together and come up. I would go either this way. We could go.
Do they all connect to each other? Or can they? Or do they all need to connect into something else?
We can daisy chain them together. I also have this
mm-hmm.
in case we need it. But I think let's go this direction, I think.
Yeah.
It'll have this label on its side.
That's
that
okay
doesn't bother
me.
you. Okay, so this side takes two. We'll take 120 millimeter fans.
Whoa.
So we get the screws out. You go ahead and just dump them out on the.
Okay.
And you're going to use that screwdriver. Yep. Most people's mistakes with Phillips head screws and screwdrivers is they use a screwdriver that's too small for the head of the screw. You actually have usually almost looks like it's too big
mm-hmm.
for what you're actually using it, but that actually fits just right. Now don't tighten it all the way down.
Okay.
We want to get them all started first. I don't want these ones opposite each other started so that it'll kind of hold it in place. We want to get them all started and loose and then position them and tighten them down.
Yeah. Okay.
Once we see, so we'll get the other two corners in.
Hyper focused.
As the dogs fight at our feet.
Oh. Okay. So that one's in,
So, yeah,
and it's
and it's
loose. Next one. And then how are we having them oriented?
We're oriented with the wires coming out in this corner. Down
okay.
Lower corner like that. So.
Okay. I'll do this corner first.
It helps to have two people when doing these kind of things. You can do it by yourself, and I'd be tempted to have you do it by yourself. Just hold the fan and get the screw started, and then get the screwdriver, and it's just good practice. Anyway, so there's 10 of these that we have to install.
Woo-hoo! Well, good thing I like doing this. Whoopsie. 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 There goes the screw.
It does have a mesh screen on the bottom, which means that's something you have to keep an eye on and clean. Some people don't like the mesh, says it interferes too much with airflow, but if your computer's overheating with that much resistance, then you're running it right on the raggedy edge. And
oh, whoopsie. I want to try doing this one.
Okay. Good job.
Thank you.
Once they're all down loose, then we'll position the middle one. That'll be the easiest one to get positioned center.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just tighten them all down.
What are you looking at?
Just thinking of how the fan installs on some of these other positions above the PSU tray box. How that fan's going to install has got me curious.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to center this one. Look at these and where these are positioned, and kind of just get it in the middle somewhat.
Yeah.
And once we feel like that's where we want it, just start tightening them down. Once you get it locked down.
Okay.
And then tighten them down. Just make sure they're pushed together and
Okay. I don't want to strip the screws.
no, but you do want to make sure they're tight. And if you're like me, you might over tighten them. Have a tendency to make things a little tighter than they probably necessarily need to be.
Also,
I like things to stay put.
I've learned my lesson to stop when it wants to stop turning.
All right, one set of fans are bolted in. Now, let's see about the top. Top just pops off, I believe.
Ooh, there we go.
And we're going to do the same thing on the top.
Another box of fans?
Yep.
I was like, these screws came in a different packaging.
Hmm. They must be changing their packaging.
It was less
Somewhat.
plastic. That was a fun noise. Okay.
Okay, so
Same thing up here.
Same thing. We're going to be routing probably the wires
Towards the middle.
towards the middle. So this one we might actually have in this corner. This one we might have in, these two might be in this corner.
Okay.
So, you know, get them. You can see the little channel up here where we can run wires too. And these are going to be exhaust fans.
Okay, so they need to go like this?
Yes.
Okay. So we want that one.
All right. Now
And
it might be best to start at the center one because we can kind of center on, we have these three and this one center. So we can kind of start there.
I'll let you hold it while I put them in.
Right up, nice and blurry right in the can. That's okay.
You came here to watch what we were doing? That was silly.
This is just an ASMR video where you're just listening to the soft-spoken assembling of a PC. Don't mind the swearing and the yelling that comes with it. The frustration. When you slip with the screwdriver and jam your finger.
It's running away from me. I got it.
That is some thin metal too.
That's why I'm being really careful that I don't like bend it in by screwing the screw too hard. Did that with my first desk. Okay. And this one like this. Here.
Yep.
Go fast.
It would be easier with a magnetic screwdriver.
Agreed.
All you guys using magnetic screwdrivers on your builds, you're just lazy. Just kidding. You can use a magnetic screwdriver on your build. I'll only judge you a little bit.
Woo! What did we say about accidentally getting the fan? I don't remember talking about that.
Nope.
Never happened. I think installing the fans is my favorite part so far.
Wait till it comes down to the cable management. Everyone's favorite part of the build.
Set those over there. Okay. We want this one this way. Swap you spots. We're real up close and personal with the camera here at the Anarchimedes show. Oh no, I want it that one. Oh no!
My Legos!
The fan is okay.
Yeah, that's the big thing with you. You're sure you don't want to help with this one?
Okay, I will maybe take help after dropping it. You know, buzz buzz. I feel like I'm putting the screws in, like, crooked.
No, they're just cutting their own thread as they go.
Oh, okay. They're smartly made.
You notice there's no threads on the inside of the hole of the fans.
No.
And you're going into plastic with metal. So these are designed to cut their own thread as they come in, as they're driven in.
What?
Hi, Liza.
Liza's here. Oh. Ooh. Whoop.
Let me see.
Get a new PC part every time I jab the fan with the screwdriver.
Okay, so centering. We're centering this one.
We have one more screw.
Oh, we do. Never mind. Never you mind.
I mean, we can center them. Okay.
Okay, so center this one. Center it on.
Okay, I think that's centered.
Just hold it in place and tighten it down.
I feel like maybe we should flip the computer around.
We still can.
Shh, no, I'm committed. I'm committed to doing it this way.
Let me say, I'm not a quitter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Push in. It's like this one doesn't really want to move. I think that was a little tight.
No, you check your wires. There, the wires were
okay.
A little bit. In fact, we might want to
take a look at it.
We'll have to check. We'll have to adjust these too because the wires are in the way. So there we go. Wires are out of the way.
Okay. Screw.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. I thought I saw a dog on the floor at the corner of my eye. I'm going crazy.
There, you're tight.
Okay.
Next while. Hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to say hi to Eliza.
Oh.
She's watching. Hi, Eliza. That's all. You know who else wants to say hi?
The mic.
I'm fixing these right now. That's the dirty ragamuffin dog.
Mm-hmm. He has no other name besides Dirty Ragamuffin.
So everyone's getting a nice glimpse into Anarchimedes' crazy. Mm-hmm. That's okay. The craziness that is my life.
The Dirty Ragamuffin dog. There we go. All tight.
Okay. And these are now adjusted. The cables are properly routed now. They were being pinched.
Ooh. Yeah.
On this side. So now we have more chat.
Mm-hmm. Marvel Rivals. I heard that's Marvel, but it's Overwatch, but Marvel.
Yes, and it's free. So.
It's free.
Yeah. So we have more fans to install.
Okay. Flip it.
Well, we have this back fan and the 3 across the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one, I believe we'll need. I'm not sure. How's the best way to do this? We may need to move.
Oh.
And so you have a dust filter that slides out.
Well, that'll be easier for cleaning.
Yes.
We'll set that here.
I'm just seeing if there's a way that this... Let's see what comes in the hardware box for this case. Because the screws for attaching... Okay, we got... Let's see what we got. For the 3500X, we have some zip ties. Always good to have when building a case for cable management. We have a adapter for the front panel. Could be very useful. And screws. Fan standoffs. Okay, so here we have the standoffs for the, in case we were running something other than an ATX. And we have other screws, and I believe these are the fan screws for down here, because they're going to screw in from on top and come all the way through the fan into these.
Okay.
But
So you have to hold the fan here.
No, they sit on top here.
Oh, okay.
But I believe that's what these are for. I don't know. I haven't downloaded the manual for this case because they don't send you one with it. They trying to be... It's on the case. There's a QR code.
Oh.
Or is
there
there
was
a
a
manual?
little paper in here. Oh, safety and compliance information.
Yeah.
Safety, what's that?
So we'll put this first fan in back here. We're getting the last box of fans. So in that case, we can put that dust filter back in.
Okay.
But we'll do that after we get
Okay.
these fans in place. All right, well.
Oh, even less plastic than the one before. They go down bit by bit. Woo! How many times can I do a little woo?
Whoop, whoop.
Woo! Womp womp.
And with this one, I would have them going out that direction.
Okay.
Are you having fun?
I'm having so much fun. I did like screwing in the fans.
Okay. So I'll go in that direction.
And are these intaking or exhausting?
This is an exhaust. These three on the bottom will be intake. You will have 6 intake and 4 exhaust for a positive pressure case.
So you said exhaust?
Exhaust. So it's going to be like these.
Okay. And they are going here?
Yes.
Make sure the wires aren't getting pinched. They feel like they're getting pinched. Oh, my knees!
Are they coming out? Are they coming out the side, or are they coming out from under?
Let me see. Oh, sorry.
I've already got the screw started. I started it by hand.
They're coming out from under.
Okay. Like they're supposed to, right?
Yeah, like right here.
Okay. Let me get this one started. There's a dog in here.
The dirty ragamuffin dog.
All right. You want to get these other two going? And get that, and then center it and tighten it down.
Set that screw down.
Yeah, installing the fans is fun. Wiring the fans is not as much fun.
No, no, no. I don't know if I'm looking forward to that part.
Maybe I should stop talking about it like that then.
Okay. Center.
Wow, we've only been at this a half an hour?
Really?
Or, no, we've been out longer than that, like an hour and a half, I think. Lose track of all track of time when streaming.
Uh-huh. I think that's middle enough.
Probably.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, with that fan in place, we can install the I/O shield.
Oh, does that go right here?
Yep. And it just snaps into place, the I/O shield. For those who don't know what I/O means, it means input and output. It's where the ports on the computer, the main ports on the computer are, coming off the back of the motherboard right here.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the shield.
Half of those don't work on my current computer.
Yeah. We're fixing that. You just want to be careful, line it up carefully, and just...
Oh, it just snaps in?
And it just snaps into place.
That's pretty neat.
All right, now we have the last few fans to install. Actually, I wonder if we need to install them after we put the motherboard in.
You said we're screwing them in from this side?
Yes.
When do we do cable management?
After the motherboard's installed.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put this motherboard in. Extra bits and bobs in there. And basically, you have 9 holes that bolt the motherboard in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Okay.
We want to make sure that the standoffs for them are in.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice it shows AMI,
Mm-hmm.
ATX, micro ATX, ITX. And it describes so the different size motherboards that you can put in this thing.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure the standoffs for the ATX motherboards are in place. They seem to be
Mm-hmm.
the ones that we need. So then we just slide the motherboard into place. Getting those little standoffs to line up.
The whole, I think we need to get a line in the middle. There we go.
Making
It
sure
sounded like it
everything's
locked in
lined
the
up,
middle.
lined up here correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, now we got our motherboard screws.
This is looking so slick.
Which should be these in the middle package. These should be our motherboard screws, I believe. We can always pull it back out and double check them. Let me see the screwdriver. I'm just checking to make sure this is the correct size screw. And it is.
Woo!
Okay, so we're going to put in,
9.
very carefully put in
Okay. I'm gonna go slow.
those screws.
Can't jab them like at the fan.
It's always a good idea to gently start them by hand if you can. If not, gently start them with the tool, but never start them with a powered tool.
I would not use a powered tool on a computer. Awesome.
And we reserve the right to stop the stream at any time if we need to take an intermission, or to say, you know what, this is part 1 and we're going to continue this another day.
Do you need an intermission?
No,
I'm good.
I'm just saying that just in case.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel like that's going in. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it might not have been. No, just get the threads to catch at the right angle.
Got me scared. I was like, I'm screwing into the motherboard.
I would be careful. I would just get them all started before we tighten everything down, just like the fans.
Okay. Trying to go for the difficult ones.
Yeah.
We're gonna set that down. We're gonna swap. What?
Rod says, it's true. It's so much fun.
Right in there.
So don't be like me, kids. Read the manual. Look at all those fans. So what does that mean for us and our many fans?
I got the joke. Oh, I lost the screw.
As long as you found it.
Yep. That's the one problem with doing things that are it's black on black color. You lose something and you hope you find it or it's gone. Okay, they're all in. Time to tighten. Woo, we did it with zero jabs.
All right. Okay. So the next thing is to get the other fans installed, and then we start routing wires. We do the case wiring and some of the fan wiring, and then we do the power supply.
Okay.
And the wiring for that.
We gotta put this up. So look at that.
And then
One more thing?
Right, and then once the power supply's in, the last thing we put in is the graphics card and hook up the power to that. So let's try and get these other fans in place. We're going to turn this over. It's going to be easier for us to work on, but not as nice for everyone watching at home.
Sorry.
Okay, those other fans, the 3 other fans, we're going to put them in. Let's bring the chair.
What are they? The chairs?
Bring a chair over. We can, or
I can move these and we can bring both chairs.
where did we put all the other fans? Oh, they're there. They're right there.
Bring the chair. Do you want your chair?
Yeah.
Yours is the green one, right?
Yeah. And here, it'll have you sitting here. Okay. You can see a little bit from that, from the little one. But so these are going to go in. They're going in this way. We'll probably put them in this way. This one this way. Like that. You know what? Before we install these fans, we want to make sure we have all of our electrical stuff hooked up, because these fans, when they're in, they're going to make that difficult to do. We can put this fan in. We can definitely get this fan in. It goes right there.
We're screwing.
Actually, but we need these long ones.
Okay.
And see, and they're going to go all the way through. Come on.
I'll try one.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Sweet. There we go. Do we not need to go through this side?
Nope. These go. These ones on the bottom go in from on top like that.
Oh, they go into this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so those are the holes for these other 2.
Okay,
so first things first, we'll do the case wiring. Sometimes I wish I had a nice flashlight here, but I don't.
You want my phone?
We'll see. We'll see. So we're going to undo this tie here and get the case wiring out.
Ooh.
And see what we are dealing with here. We have, you will have a port up here that will not be functional.
Oh.
The USB-C port, this one.
Oh, that's okay.
Which is this port, which unfortunately the motherboard does not have.
A computable?
Yeah.
That's okay.
So what we'll have here is, okay, here is our front panel connection, which I don't know why this front panel is doing this, why they want us to do it this way. I guess that's what we're doing, because this front panel is not labeled.
Ooh, it's a guessing game.
So I'm hoping see how these are labeled: power switch, power LED, reset switch. Most motherboards nowadays, that front panel thing is pretty standardized, but some of them aren't, and so they do that so that we get our front panel. System panel header. And this is where you hook up your power LEDs and all that stuff on the front of the motherboard. So this one we're going to do individually. Comes to that. This is our USB 3.0 connection to the motherboard.
How do they just loop around in front, or do they come through back here?
They can come through underneath right here,
Okay.
or we can come through on the side. There's a number of different ways we can route it. It's just how do we do it and have it be the cleanest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is our front audio panel. Not being used. That and that. Okay, so we have 3 things to connect. First, we will do, I'm going to retie these up right here with the exception of this one that we're not using, which is going to go back up like this. And I'm going to tie it.
Make it nice and neat.
Yeah. That up, please. Thank you. Okay. First, we're going to do the audio panel. Let's. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Here, you could throw it to me.
Well, we have to see where is the audio first.
Flashlight.
Flashlight. Okay, so we have TB header,
AAFP, RGB header,
RGB
Gen 1, Gen 2, CLRTC, T sensor.
case fan. There's the front panel. Those are the USB headers. Hold on a second. Let me look in the manual. This is why we have the manual. Take that, please. Oh, the AAFP is the audio front panel. Okay. So we take our audio front. We're going to come in back here. All right, give me some light here.
Yes.
Or do I want to come up through here and come across behind the fans?
We'd have to get
Or
through
do we
that
want-
to get all of the other ones.
Or do I want to come up through here?
I think come up from the bottom.
Okay. All right, I will.
I don't know where my light is most up for.
Yeah, that's the only way it can go on. Can't tell if I'm all the way down or not. I'm not.
Ooh, I know.
Okay, that's on. Now, the front panel header. This is going to be the fun one.
Do you need me to feed it through?
No, I just have to be reading this while I do it. I will need lots of light here, though. Okay, give me some light, please. Okay, first we have power for the LED, the power LEDs. And that's positive and then negative right next to each other. Okay. Positive. Negative. Power switch, reset switch. No hard drive LED, huh? Wait a second, what's this? Oh, that's... I'm like, what's this? Oh, it's fan. The fan wires. I am surprised that we have no hard drive LED. Okay, that's fine. We have the power switch and the reset switch. Power. Where's our reset power switches? That can't be right.
Is this a math counting game?
No, it's trying to match up. There's our power switch, power and ground. Okay, power and ground goes there. Okay, power switch goes in right here. Where's our reset switch supposed to go? Reset goes directly under the power. Okay, unplug power real quick so I can see what I'm working with. Reset switch is this one. Goes right there. Power switch goes right there. There, front panel is hooked up.
Woo!
Or the top panel, the buttons and everything
Okay.
are hooked up. Now we have one last thing to hook up, which is here, this.
Guessing it goes right there.
Yeah.
Sweet. That looks slick.
So, okay, front panel is hooked up. The case connections are hooked up. Now we have to start working on fans, fan wiring.
Yay.
So we can go ahead and put these fans in. This fan and all right, so we'll go ahead and sit this guy here and start bolting him in. Oh boy, we might need this. Will be
a small screwdriver.
This might be a little bit interesting. Yeah, we'll probably use a little smaller screwdriver to get to these back screws.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait.
Hmm.
Oh well, it'll be a little bit difficult to do.
Do we have more things to plug in down there?
Yeah. Yeah, there are.
Do you want to take them out? Or would that make it hard to screw back in?
We're just gonna have to do it because like some of them that have to be plugged in down there are the case fans and the RGBs. And we need these all hooked up so we can plug them in.
That is true. It's an adventure.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get the next fan, the last fan. And the last fan is not here, it's down there.
Oh.
There is a box that says thermal right on it. No, that one. The down below that one. That one I believe has one more of these same fans in there.
One more fan. What's
Yeah.
does it have the screws?
No, but we don't need them.
Oh yeah, true. I was curious to see what the packaging was. This looks really cool.
It's going to be a little interesting to get those last connections in, but we'll manage. Somehow I manage.
Is it down?
Okay. Okay, cable management is the fun part. It's kind of tedious.
It's the fun part.
Yeah. Because we have to take all of these fans have two connections, an RGB and a fan connection. We have to take all of them and bundle them together and link them together and hook them up to the different fan ports. Now, we want to look at this map that shows which are fan ports. Case fans.
Oh, which ones are fan? Excuse me.
There's an RGB header up there. There's an RGB header down here, as well as two other. Where is the ARGB headers? USB 2.0 headers. Okay, fan headers. We have the fan, CPU option, fan 1, fan 2, fan 3, and the AIO pump. There's case fan 1. Case fan 1 will probably hook up, not sure yet. Boy, they made this writing small. Case fan 2, where's case fan 3?
Do you want me to try to look?
Give me a second here. COM. Those are ARGB. There it is, case fan 2 and case fan. Okay, so they're both down here. We have one case fan port here,
right there.
and we have two down here.
Okay.
Um,
Do you have enough ports for all 10?
yes, you can run. I can't remember how much you can run, but we won't be running more than 4 or 5 off of one. Probably three or 4 at a time off of one header. I'm just trying to decide which ones we want to do. Maybe we want to do all the exhaust on case fan 1.
Yeah. And then
These 3, and then these 3 on one, and these 3 on another.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
So set that, and now we turn this around, back around, and we have. Now we start undoing these. So if you can help me undo all the ones coming out of these.
Out of the sides?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, that's
Okay,
a bit
this
more
is
difficult
the
than I thought.
RGB header. This is the fan header. This one.
Those are all the little cords.
Okay. First we want the RGBs. And I want to kind of pull them all together. Come on. Come on, cooperate. And we're going to use one of these little ties just to keep things together for now until we start zip tying things into place. So this is all the RGB.
Okay.
For, so I'm going to go ahead and start daisy chaining these RGBs together.
And how are you doing that? Connect it.
Well, that's the fan, and that we have to connect. We have to do that too. But first, I'm going to do these, which can connect like this, and then we connect it to the next one. Does the same thing. Oh, okay, so this is the RGB connection.
Okay.
That we are. Now the fans, we do the same thing. Get these out, stretched out. I'm going to come down, grab this one. Here, give me a
zip tie.
A tie. These can daisy chain together too. They go together differently. So I'm going to figure out which one's the first one, which is this one. This is the top one, and this is the second fan. So
I think I figured it out looking at them.
yeah. That.
Other way.
Yep. That. And then this one we can take back up through and plug into one of the fan headers.
Okay. Rotate.
A lazy Susan would be really nice. Not all Susans are lazy, but some of them are. Okay, so light.
Light, yep.
Okay, this is fun. This is the other case fan header, I believe, right here. Should be 4.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 4 case fan.
Case fan, okay.
Right next to the panel.
Okay, give me some light. Is that my phone or your phone? That must have been my phone because your phone's in your hand.
That was a pretty good impression.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going in right. Boy, they don't give you a lot of room with the fans in here. There we go. That's in.
Okay.
Now, so fan is plugged in. We need to hook up the RGB and the fan connections for these lower ones. So we have to undo the ties and pull them down through.
down through there and then
yeah,
out through
and
the
then
side?
back out, and then back out, and
Okay.
we have to pull them down so we can get the cables managed behind. Oh, I bet I see it.
Okay.
But if you can do that, I need to check my phone.
Okay.
And if you need to, let me know if you need to take a intermission.
Maybe a little snack break. A little peckish.
I'm getting messages, so I just want to check. Okay. We could always turn this way too. You have to be careful of all the cords on the back side. Okay, so taking all of these loose. You got that
And
one
are they
loose?
coming through? Yeah, they're all loose, I think.
Okay, that one's loose.
There's that. Oopsie.
Okay. All right, let's bring this up then.
Watch the Legos.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so these need to come down through. Stretch these out. See, this is the fun part. There's nothing boring about doing cable management. Most people would edit this part out of the video.
Not us. Not at the Anarchimedes show.
No. You get to see all of it.
The authenticity of it all.
Every gory detail. In 4K. No. Most of my cams are not 4K. I can do video capture in 4K. But most of these cams are not 4K. I've been wanting to get some 4K cams. I have not yet. It's next on the list. One of the things that's next on the list. Okay, I got those wires out.
Woo.
And
Look
now
at
these
snaking
wires,
again.
we need to snake these through back here.
Okay. Do you want me to grab them?
Well, you can send these
send
wires.
these ones through.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's that one. And here's the other.
Thank you. Okay, now we can turn this back around this way.
Okay. Ah,
Okay, so we have.
that's a lot of wires.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Come on, they get so tangled. So first we're going to connect these guys. We'll do the fans first. So what does this mean for us and our many fans? I'm not sure which one is which. I like to connect things in order, but I don't know for sure. So I'm going to say this one is going to connect to this one. And then this one will connect to this one. It doesn't want to connect. It's like the wires
Do you want me to try?
are. Well, it's like the wires are, the pins aren't aligning right. If you force it too hard, you bend the pin.
We don't want that. We don't want a bent pin.
No, we don't. Okay. Those are all. This is okay. That's the ARGB. Let's see other ARGB. This is the fan. This is fan. Let me see a tie.
There you go. I'm straightening them out. Don't worry.
Sorry. And if you want to jump in here and say, hey.
No. I like screwing the fans in. I'll let you do the cable management.
Okay, now we have.
My eyes can't discern a black cord and a black cord apart. A cord and a cord.
This one is going to come back up.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna need light again.
Light. Oh, I left my light on.
So I can get on this other fan header. Fan header is on. Okay.
Woo.
Oh boy, what a mess. What a mess of wires back here. Oh boy. ARGB. Where's the other ARGB? Here's the other one. Both of these I want out. That's ARGB, that's ARGB. This is fan. All this fan stuff can be bundled up.
Need another zip tie or another tie?
Yeah.
Let me straighten this one out.
Actually. And everyone's going to say, Anarchimedes, your cable management is the worst.
It's better than my cable management.
I'm just trying to figure out where to get all of the mess of wires. You have to, unfortunately, it just, hand me an actual zip tie. There we go.
Are we able to hide them under here?
Yes.
Awesome.
That is one of the advantages of the power supply shroud enclosure unit and modern cases is that it gives you a place to hide stuff. I need a set of
scissors,
snips or scissors.
You don't use the
No.
No?
Too much risk of slip and cut something.
Scissors. You want me to go look for scissors?
I will in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, that's hooked up. My phone is going nuts. My phone's going nuts, and I think it's Orange.
Is it Orange? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's MM orange. That's okay. Okay, so see all of these now daisy chained together?
Yeah.
Now,
Are those all the RGB ones?
yes, this is all the RGB for these fans.
For those are these ones?
For all the intake fans.
Okay. And then the one on the corner, right?
Right.
Because then it's, wait.
The one on the corner is going to be linked with the ones on top.
Okay.
And hooked up to a separate RGB header. Okay. That's where the RGB headers are. Give me some light.
Yes.
Please. So we can see if we can get these hooked up. Boy, there's no room to get my fingers down in here. And see what I'm actually hooking up to.
It's a gamble. A shot in the dark.
It is. It very much is. Luckily, give me some light in here. There. That's in. Now we do all the top.
Do you need a snack break?
Let's get the fans in.
Okay.
And then we will take a short intermission break. Once we have the fans hooked up here, let's clean up this cabling down here a little bit.
Zip tie.
Yeah. Problem is because daisy chaining makes cable management. It's nice for connection. You can get things connected up easily, but cable management, because then you have all these different lengths of wire connected at different points along them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that. Let's go ahead and take these off a little bit here.
It's like a rat's nest of cables.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got that one, that. Okay. I'm taking off some of these. Oh, maybe not. I'll leave those on there. Okay. All right. Now, the top.
What's next?
The top. The exhaust. We need to take all the things off and get these routed.
Okay.
Where we're going to put them. So yeah, a lot of fans makes for a nice, cool running PC, and looks really cool, especially when you have all
RGB.
Yeah, and they're all lit up. But that means you have to hook them all up too. So this would have been a lot easier had we gone non-RGB. There would have been less wires.
Well, what's the point of building a PC if it's not RGB?
Right. Can it really be a gaming machine if it doesn't have RGB?
Uh-huh. Whoopsie.
don't let that stay in there.
Ooh.
Nice. Nicely
Call me a
done.
doctor because I'm so good at operation.
Mm-hmm.
Undo these more.
And straighten them out. It makes it easier for trying to figure out what we're doing.
Just that last RGB one.
Okay. Getting cleaner in there.
Mm-hmm. It looks all good on one side, and then we come to the back, and I'm like, oh, hello there.
Okay, hooking up. We're going to do the fans first.
That's the noise they make us. Oh, whoopsie. I hope you don't need that zip tie.
I don't need it now. Okay.
You got plenty of zip ties. Whoopsie.
Give me another zip tie, please. We're going to start zip tying stuff. I'm feeling confident, a little more confident now. Do some of this. But it would be nice to find.
Yeah, you have so many zip ties. I
thought I missed that one. Dang it. Hold on. I'm going to find a pair of snips so that we can
clean up the zip ties.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoopsie.
All right, missing some of the tools that I really wanted, but that's okay. We'll do what we can with what we've got.
I'll take the scissors when you're done.
I missed on this one.
You missed a cord.
Yeah. All right, zip tie.
Does this pick up on the mic?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
A little ASMR. In case your mic doesn't pick up your work.
All right, now.
I'll work it through mine.
Case fan, the last case fan header will be coming in. This is never a clean one.
Is this all the top?
Yeah, it's, well, I'm coming to this fan header. Can you give me some light, please?
Yes. I will hold the flashlight.
Get the light up here so I can see.
The first one.
First one, okay. So this is not going to look as clean.
That's okay. Trying to figure out my flashlight is best.
Shine the light down here. Yeah.
And is that all the fan or is that the RGB as well?
This is the fan.
So we haven't plugged any of the RGBs in?
I plugged in this RGB,
Okay.
but not
The
this
top.
RGB, the top, yeah.
Okay. Zip tie. Alright. Scissors. Very nice. It still looks sleek.
Trying to do the best I can with the cable management. Okay, now we just hook up the RGB. 1, 2,
Daisy
3,
chain it.
and 4. You can give me a zip tie, please.
Yes. Or we got 4 more zip ties.
I have more.
Okay.
All right, daisy chaining the RGB. Ein, zwei,
3, 4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
7,
10.
7. I can't seem to remember my German alphabet. Or at least how it starts. I feel like I start it and then I get mixed into Spanish.
Yeah. Knowing Spanish, having learned Spanish, the Spanish alphabet first, and then trying to learn the German alphabet was...
No, I learned the German alphabet first and then the Spanish, and now it all ends up Spanish.
Oh,
When I do-
great.
What?
Great. Googly moogly.
Where do we got to go with it?
We're not quite long enough. Maybe if I cut this out. It'll give me enough length. Nope.
Because we have to go up through the bottom.
Yeah. So I may need to rearrange how I've got these plugged together here.
What if they came around like through the side?
Here. Right, this way.
Okay.
You're shining it in my eye a little bit.
Whoopsie. Do you need the flashlight right now?
Kind of.
Okay.
I need to see which one is long enough to reach, if any of them are long enough to reach. And none of them are.
So do we need to take it through the side? Or just make it
No.
rain down the front?
No, we don't want it to rain down the front. In my drawer here, behind you, is an RGB splitter.
Oh.
This will give us a little extra length. It's not going to be as clean back there, but you're never looking back behind.
No.
And this will give us just that little extra more length that we need to plug in. I could try running them all off of one header, but I'm worried that's a little too much on one.
For one little port.
So I don't want to do that. But this does add a ton of
wire.
Yeah. Well, this should, okay, zip tying again. RGB, 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 RGB. Okay, plugging them in. Next, chicken necks. Should probably start doing this with a headlamp on so I can see what I'm doing.
I was thinking about what if they made light up gloves, but I think that might be too much light.
They make gloves that have light up fingertips. I've seen those.
Headlamp and like jeweler's glasses.
Mm-hmm. You feel like you need it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that one's hooked up. No, I got those three are hooked up. Oh, I got, yeah, 3 hooked up, and this is the 4th one. Okay.
Woo, cable management.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Zip tie. How long have we been streaming?
Where do I check that? Oh,
I don't know.
I see where. You want to make a guess?
No.
No.
2 hours? 3 hours?
2 hours and 26 minutes.
Dang.
Long stream.
It is a build.
Yep.
All right. Final AIO plug-in.
Mm-hmm.
Or not AIO.
Fan.
The RGB.
RGB. What does AIO stand for again?
All in one.
All in one.
And it's usually used to describe a water cooler. The all-in-one water cool.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Look at, wow, it's a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, get the light in here, please.
Aziz, light! Only real development fans will get that reference.
Mm-hmm. Aziz, light! Okay. Well, here we go. The fans are hooked up. The RGB's all hooked up. The only thing we have to do is plug in the power supply, hook up the power supply to the motherboard here and here.
Mm-hmm.
And then hook up the plug in the graphics card, hook up the power supply to the graphics card,
Okay.
and then
What-
put everything back in.
What's the time frame for that?
It shouldn't take very long,
Okay.
I say.
Okay. I said let's take a snack break.
Okay, we're going to take a break.
My stomach.
All right, everybody. We are going to be taking a quick break before we continue the build. Be back in a few minutes. If you've stayed with us this long, thank you. Hope you've hit that like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. If you enjoyed the video, if you don't, then you don't have to. Don't feel obligated to. Anyway, we'll be back shortly. And we are back. And it looks like, yeah, mics are working good.
Mhm.
We're still good.
Testing, testing. Oh, and we're joined.
Joined by Balto. Okay, so we are going to try and get this power supply in, get this thing together, and make sure this thing will post. And before we run out of time today on the stream. So, power supply.
Need a flashlight? Do you want a chair?
No, I'll bring the chair over in just a second. Okay. Okay. Moving this off to the side just a little bit here. So we can get the power supply up here.
You have a box cutter.
Oh, yeah, use the box cutter instead. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've used this power supply on lots of builds. I always have good luck with it. See, and they always come with more zip ties. Desiccant.
Oh, I was like, what's desiccant?
The cords. You always use the cords that come with the power supply or ones made for this particular power supply.
Mm-hmm.
Power cord, so we'll set that off to the side. And the PSU itself.
Oh, we don't have the overhead cam on. Is it not on?
Oh, we should turn that. We click on the overhead cam.
Yes.
There we go.
Go.
Power supply. Before we go too off the rails.
Is it a true Anarchimedes show if it doesn't go off the rails just
No,
a little bit?
It's not. Something has to be just off. Okay, so open up this PSU. Fully modular. So we only have to use the cables that we want.
Nice. It's sleek.
Mm-hmm. So, best method for this is to figure out which cables we're going to need. Plug them in. You get this thing kind of set in there and with the cables plugged in before we bolt everything in place.
Okay.
So, cables that we're going to need. This one is, and they always say on there, is a PCI cable. We'll need one of these, possibly. Anyway, first off, let's find the 24 pin. First, we get the big 24 pin. This is the main power to the CPU and or the motherboard and stuff.
Ooh.
First, the main. We won't be needing any SATA cables. This is PCIe. We'll probably use this one as well. And the CPU cable. And the rest of these will go back in the box. Only 3 main cables because we're not running a whole lot of peripherals or anything like that.
And this plugs in into the wall?
Yes, okay. That's the plug for the wall. Your main power cord. Okay, this is our PCIe. That'll be for the graphics card. And this one will be for the CPU. Okay. Now there should also have been in that bag a box of screws for attaching the PSU.
I got screws here. I got screws here.
And this one for the PSU.
Oh.
Okay. Looking at the backside and the cables that are all a mess, but we don't want to think about it. We don't want to think about it.
Turn our blinders on. Oh, it goes right down there?
Yep, it goes right down in there. Goes in this way.
Okay.
So first we're going to hook up our main cables, like the motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the PCIe and the CPU.
What do we do with that?
I think the other one might be.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh. Reminds me of licorice.
Okay. And that's the split side. This is the non-split side, so this is the one I want to plug in. And this is CPU, okay. That, and you notice one side,
PCI.
yeah, and that
One
side's
is
split,
split, yeah.
yeah. And now,
Move the wires.
we kind of pull the wires out of the way.
Tight fit.
Tight fit, very tight fit. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. I think it just needs to get over the lip. There we go. Now we just need to screw. Whoa!
Don't drop.
Don't drop the tower.
Okay, I'll get those screws out.
Where'd our screwdrivers go?
Right here.
Okay. Each of the little holes. Am I going the right way?
You are just off a little bit. All right, will you put it on standby?
Huh?
On standby. I need to take care of something real.
Do you want the main
Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. We had just a little quick knock at the door I needed to take care of. I took care of. Is it someone for me? So,
I can't get this screw in. Maybe it'll. Okay, now it is. Now that you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm. You have to intimidate it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you truly work with machines if they aren't afraid of you?
And you a little bit of them. I do like having more room back here for wire.
Yeah.
It does make getting some of this stuff tucked away a little bit easier. All right, so
do these have to?
Yep. So first off, this one has to come up
through the side.
Through the side here.
I'm guessing it goes right there.
Yep.
I'm brilliant.
And I'm going the wrong way. There we go. That's in place.
Mm-hmm.
Now we need the CPU.
Does that go in right there?
It's going in, yep, up there.
Do you want a light?
Yeah, need just a little light.
That may be the light.
Come on.
I figure out was it good.
Right there.
You need long, skinny fingers to build computers.
Going the wrong way. It helps having dexterous fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Since that's snapped in.
I'm trying to figure out where the last one goes in.
Where the last one goes?
Yeah. I'm going to figure it out by looking on this side.
I don't think you're going to figure it.
Can I see what it looks like? Okay. Oopsie.
Because we have to lay this thing on its back now.
Everyone get a good look at it.
All right, so everyone can see how the build is coming along because we are ready for the bragging piece, the one piece that everyone's always, what do you have for a graphics card? What do you have for a graphics card?
Oh, that's why I can't find what it goes into because it goes into a graphics card.
The Asus Dual. All right, so we need a the very tip of it is pretty dull. There you go. The unboxing of the graphics card. Asus in search of the incredible. Also in search of the higher price tag, but they do have nice build quality.
Nice boxing too.
Mm-hmm. And there's stuff underneath there.
Do we need that?
No. Not really. And there she is with all her plastic and coverings on. you can go ahead and start peeling
Heck yeah.
off all the. While you do that, I'm going to steal this and start taking out the shields that are covering them, the ones that we're going to need here. Out of the way. The slot covers is what they're typically called.
On these?
Mm-hmm. And there might be one on the back as well.
Oh, that's pretty on the inside. It looks like there is.
Yep, there is.
There we go.
All right. And not too heavy.
That's a pretty
So we
big
take
size.
off that. And she just attaches right down into the 16 by PCIe 4.0 slot. Come on. Are you too good for your home?
Oh, I see a bit of plastic. Right.
Oh yeah. We missed the.
Oh.
Just pull all those off.
Mm-hmm.
Display port, 3 display ports and 1 HDMI port. Hang on to those because you're going to put them back in. There we go. Snap
That
in
looks a
place.
lot better.
Now you can stick those back in.
Yay. Indeed. Same.
See, it's not an overly long card. It's a good size. It's going to support. It can support its own weight.
Good. Good.
And it'll game 1080p like nobody's business.
And then this gets plugged in right there.
Mm-hmm. So, you got to make sure those stay together.
Mm-hmm.
They are attached. And as long as we're happy with the routing of the cable, how the cables look, which I'm not too
I like it.
unhappy with.
Gonna kind of leave.
It's fairly clean.
It's cleaner than my current one. I think mine has like a wrap of loops right here.
So now we're going to start putting panels back on, starting with the back panel to cover up this gobbledygook mess.
What mess? That mess is about to go away.
So
I'm
let's
gonna
get
move the chairs.
So actually, we'll start with the take the back panel.
Okay.
We'll put the top panel on first. which should just sit down into place and snap, I think, or do we hook? No, I think we just snap down into place.
Do we need to take off this piece of tape or not yet?
No,
No?
that stays in place to hold the...
I can use black tape. Squish. I don't think I'm lined up. There we go.
And it snaps on.
That's so easy to get in and out.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the big one.
Okay, let's, yeah, we'll do the big one first.
This one.
The last one goes on.
I like the all glass corner.
There we go. Now you can peel off, being very careful not to pop the thing off when you're peeling it. You can peel the...
Oh, that was staticky. It is. It is still static. Oh gosh.
Ooh, I just zapped it.
How do I get? Do I touch this before getting?
Yeah.
To get rid of it. Okay. This one.
Now.
I think there's protective ones on the inside.
You think?
That's what I saw. Even though I know we just took them off. Whoop.
No, you can... Oh, yeah, it looks like it. Yep.
Careful not to touch. There's so many smudges on the glass. Okay. Was it easier with this one off?
There, we got it.
Quick with that one. Oh, this one's not on the bottom. Whoop.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Looking
and there you go,
sleek.
Totsie.
Thank you, Anarchimedes.
Let's see if she will post. That is the question.
Turn on?
Yes.
I'm going to plug this in then.
What we will do, yes, we just need a mouse and a keyboard. Well, first we have to put this back on.
Oh, yeah. I think that's it.
Now it's in.
Oh, I didn't know you could get those that far in.
Yeah, you can plug that. Now you can plug that in there. And we will try to see if these will reach. I'm going to do a little bit of, okay, hold on. I'll steal the keyboard and mouse from the Windows 7 machine, since it probably will not want to post without recognizing that there is a keyboard and mouse hooked up. So first, keyboard. Plug that into the the top
Yep.
one, the top one USB slots there.
Okay.
And so the keyboard off here.
What was this
Yeah.
for again?
Fans, in case we needed more.
Oh, more thing. Yeah.
No. It's a splitter. Okay.
And a mouse.
And the mouse, we plug that in, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we are going to switch over to the HDMI cam. We're going to bring this up a little bit so you can see, hopefully, if this thing fires up. And we need to hook up an HDMI cord. Now, let's make sure we are on here. And we're on HDMI 1. I think we want to be on HDMI 2. Yes, we do, because that's showing the Windows 7 machine. And we want to be on first channel. All right, let's see if she will post. We turn on the power supply first.
Yep.
We have the lights.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. We're going to watch the light in here. There's a series of lights. We want to make sure it goes green and everything.
Okay.
And we're going to see if, well, look at that.
Yeah.
RGB
Ooh, I
came
love
on.
the color.
We're not getting any.
Oh, I see. Oh, it was orange and then it went white and then it went orange.
It's checking the memory. It's going to take it a little bit at first because it has.
No, it's introducing itself
Right.
to all of the parts.
Yep, it has to configure all of its parts and.
Oh, it's so sleek.
Wonder why we're getting nothing.
Does it need to connect to the internet? No.
No. The RGB.
We got our first green light.
Because we have things hooked up to two different ARGB headers, you have two different zones.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice.
Yeah, two different color rotations.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I mean, all that can be adjusted with software and the BIOS and stuff like that too. But I wonder why I'm not seeing anything posting on the screen. We've got no screen. Nothing. I don't like it. We should be seeing something. It's good. I mean, the lights, well, we have a white and a green light on right now. Where's the manual? Let's see the manual right here. Here it is. So I can never remember exactly what. The QLEDs. CPU, DRAM, VGA, and booting devices during the mode. Lights are staying on. We have a white and a green light staying on.
Mm-hmm. It is very quiet.
Mm-hmm. The CPU fan is running.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to figure out why the QLED lights mean. I can't remember. I know it has to do with checking the different components.
Are the fans on the graphics card down below supposed to be running?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Well, I might have to hook her up directly to the TV and not run her through the...
For the loops?
Yeah. Hooked up, though, we should be getting something. We go to one of the other
manuals?
Go to my manual on mine.
Oh, yeah, get out. Get sucked in.
Okay, white is VGA, red is CPU, yellow is DRAM, and yellow-green is boot. Is it not recognizing that we're hooked up to video and so it won't boot?
You want to turn it off?
Try a couple things.
Seeing all the fans stop is pretty cool.
Yeah. That's working. Okay, so we are getting signal through the switch.
Mm-hmm. Orange.
That's for RAM. It's checking RAM. That's the CPU. White is VGA, and then green. Yeah, it should go up like that. It should go ding, 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 ding to the boot.
Is there another HDMI port to put it in?
No.
I have one on the motherboard.
Yeah, but that's if you have integrated graphics in the processor, and we don't. If we had a 5600G, we could do that. But we have a 5600X, has no integrated graphics.
Now we're not getting a white light.
No, we're not. So we're getting better.
Restart, third time's a charm. Restart it.
Yeah, I don't. It says that's checking the boot devices. I wonder if it doesn't like it because the... No, it shouldn't make a difference. That the drive had been formatted once before. We should be getting something on the screen here. But we got nothing.
I feel like we turn it off, turn it on again. It like that.
Well... Why you no post? You can feel it. Yeah.
Feel it sucking.
I wonder if I need hooker straight up to a monitor.
No changes.
Well, for all the people who've been following,
We put a roadblock.
we'll try it one more time. Shut down and bring it back up. I can tell the motherboard's got a little bit of RGB on it.
Mm-hmm. Orange. Red. White. Green.
Thought I saw another red light go off for a second somewhere. Don't usually have trouble like this. First time. First time for everything.
This computer is special.
It's stuck on the boot devices.
What if we shut it?
I wonder if it doesn't like the drive that we installed.
The drive from your computer?
Yeah.
That was... The drive is those two Corsair
No,
ones,
it's
no?
the thing underneath the heatsink.
Oh.
Well, I think we're going to have to call it for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made a lot of progress.
We made a lot of progress. For everyone who has joined us today, we built Totsie a new computer. We're just trying to get it to post.
Mm-hmm.
It's something is not happy with the boot devices, but we've been streaming now for a few hours.
Yeah.
I think we're going to call it a day.
Turn our brains on and off again and look at it another day.
And look at it another day. It possibly will be next week, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
It looks very cool.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy. I'm very excited.
It should be good once we can get it running.
Mm-hmm. So quiet.
We'll still have to install Windows and all of that fun stuff. So, if you've liked this video, if you'd like to see more content like this, you'd like to have more. Totsie is my first guest on the show. So if you'd like to see more guests on the show, let me know. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, let me know. We can make things happen. Mm-hmm. So until next time, I'm Anarchimedes.
I'm Totsie.
And we're signing off.